In this video, we're going to look at factoring GCF and grouping. So when finding the GCF, you are looking for the largest number that can divide into both numbers or all three numbers. What is the largest number that can divide into them that they have in common? So what I like to do is, in the beginning, I do my T-chart. So I take each number and I list all the factors. So 1 times 30, and I like to go in order so I don't miss anything. 2 times 15. Can 3 go in? Yes. 3 times 10 is 30. Can 4? No, but 5 times 6 is 30. And then this loops around, so that means you're done. Then list all the factors of 18. 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. Can 4 go in? No. Can 5? And then we're back at 6. Then list all your factors as 60. 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, 6 times 10, 7, 8, 9, and then we're back at 10. So then I go through and I circle all of the common factors. They all have 1. Do they all have 2? Yes. Do they all have 3? Yes. Do they all have 5? No. Do they all have 6? Yes. Do they all have 10? No. Do they all have 15? And then do they all have 30? So 1, 2, 3, and 6 are common factors. So which one is the greatest? Which one's the largest? 6. So 6 is the GCF of these three numbers. Now, looking at exponents, it's the opposite. So you want the smallest exponent. The largest factor, smallest exponent. So I have y8, y3, and y4. So y8 is really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then y3 is 1, 2, 3. And then y4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what do they have in common? Well, they all have a y here, they all have a y here, and they all have a y here. So how many y's do they have in common? 3. So y3. So that's why I said it's the smallest exponent. So they all have y. What's the smallest y? y3. All right, so let's look at number 3. I have 26 and 91. So I'm going to make my T-chart for 26 and list all my factors of 26, and then I'm going to list all my factors of 91. So 1 times 26, 2 times 13. Can 3 go into 26? No. Can 4? No. Can 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? So that's it. So 1 times 91. Can 2 go? No. Can 3? No. Can 4? No. Can 5, 6, 7? Yes. 7 times 13. So what's the common factors? I have 1 and 13. What's the greatest common factor? I have 13. Now, if you notice, 26 has an x, but 91 does not have an x. So is x common? No, so we leave it off. It has to be common for GCF, common factor. All right, so factoring out the GCF. So meaning we are going to take the largest GCF from the problem. So we're going to divide it out. That's what factoring, divide the GCF out. So first we need to figure out the GCF for number 4. So 49, 98, and 49. What I like to do to save time, you can list your T-charts, but if you take the smallest number listed, so which is 49, and divide it into 98, and if it does go evenly, then that means that it's our GCF, 49. So let's see. So 98 divided by 49, and it does go twice. So our GCF is 49. Do they have an X in common? No. Do they have Y in common? No. So 49 is the GCF. So 49, we are going to divide it out. So put 49 on the outside and open your parentheses. So we're taking 49 out of every single number. So now divide 49 from every single number in our problem. So 49 divided by 49 is 1. So what's left? An X. Negative 98 divided by 49 is negative 2. And then what's left? The Y. Positive 49 divided by 49 is positive 1. And then close your parentheses. And then that's your final answer. So let's look at number 5. So we do not have a number GCF, but we have exponents. We have an x8 and then an x to the 7th power. So which one's the smallest? X to the 7th power. Smallest exponent. So I'm going to divide x to the 7th power from the entire problem. So put x to the 7th power and then open your parentheses. We're taking it out. So we are going to divide x to the 7th power all the way across. Now when you're dividing exponents, you subtract them. The division sign looks like a big subtraction sign. So x minus 7 is 1. So my new exponent is 1, or an invisible one. So if we take 7 from 8, how many is left over? 1. And then I have my positive 5 I can just bring down. But 7 minus 7 is 0. So they cancel out, right? Because I'm taking all 7 x's from the problem. So there are none left. So that's your final answer. X7 is taken out. And then what do you have left? I have x plus 5.